Oh yeah, I forgot about mine. Yeah, let me call mine back. That's funny. I got another ombre on. All right. Well, I'm on YouTube live, so I'm gonna do this as quick as I can, the best I can. I haven't checked my audio, but I'm sure I'm live and my audio should be fine. I'm sure I'm being heard. And if not, I can always go back into the playback and see if everything is functional. And if not, I'll just throw it all out, throw the whole project away. Throw it all away. All right, well, I've been staying away from YouTube for quite some time because, well, this infrastructure here has been wishy-washy. And there isn't much I could get done being here. There isn't much I'm getting done on Twitch either, but there's a difference between YouTube and Twitch. You can have someone that can come to your channel with a big ass group called a raid, and they can come to your channel and they can give you more views based off of the people that are in that raid too. And they can bring more people from whatever friends or associates they are in line with. That's the difference between YouTube and Twitch that I've decided to kind of get used to. Also, the fact that I'm an affiliate there. Not a partner yet, but I'm working toward getting partner. And as I have on every video, path to partner, something I'm gradually working on. So since I still have a YouTube channel and I don't necessarily care much about it up until something happens and it blows up and I start making more content like I should, even though I don't really like this thing, maybe I should give this more attention. Until then, while I'm on this stream, I'll let you guys know my name is Sabie. I'm going to go ahead and talk about this topic at hand. There is really no point in protesting if you guys are already aware of the powers that you have in this country. So if you know if your government refuses to listen to your voice, to do anything on the behalf of the things that you have always had, like your natural rights, your state of being, and your right to, I guess it's called your right to be. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Maybe I just have a horrible memory. I don't know. But just your right to be. Whatever you choose to be, that's something that you can decide to do on your own time. And then we can later on down the line grows to some form of interest toward it. And also you can have this idealistic mindset where you could create something and you can merge your idea with somebody else. And you can build off of it. And we can build as a society based off of these ideas, which I don't really see a lot of happening today because there's a lot of simping going on. The dudes have been giving the power to women, and they're like, you know what? I said that twice. But anyway, they said, I'm going to go ahead and give all my powers to the women because I'm trying to get something in return, which is what we would expect. They're expecting to get in return is pussy. And it seems to be like this current function of the society right now is generated toward that one thing. Hell, even women are after pussy. I don't think you guys have ever seen a lady simp before. Lady simps are disgusting. I don't even know why the hell I called them lady simp. Because lady is a totally different class of a woman. A woman that's actually respectable. And she's subservient. And the submissive woman is always going to be the biggest pick of any man. Well, I can't say the same for the simps because they're looking to worship women as a form of deity. And it just doesn't work because women don't want to be followed around like little puppy dogs or by puppy dogs like these dudes are becoming right now. It's a real disgusting thing to look at whenever you look at a full grown man just as grown as you are, and this dude does absolutely nothing with his time and power but give it to the people that are worse and weak. And you're like, so I could have sworn that you were talking about last week that you were looking for the favor or the attention of women. And despite you getting this favor and attention, you don't really get what you expect to come from this woman or women in general. So you're online now venting about it, saying that women are pieces of shit and that you don't like how society of women are. Or say down the line, some woman that ends up, I guess, sleeping with this guy. He then raises a child, which is a daughter of his or daughters. He ended up raising these children into being the women that he wants them to be. I don't know why this is not really talked about as much, but it started with zero. There's a reason why women are the way they are today, because these guys have given them the powers that they have right now. They didn't get it by themselves. Later on down the line, he wonders what the hell happened in his society because he's raised little girls or actual other women actually listened to this dude and said, yeah, maybe we should pursue power. Maybe we should pursue jobs or equality as men. Come to find out, that didn't go too well, now did it? It didn't go too well because, well, woman's job is not to be equal to or to be working alongside of men. Their job is to simply be a helpmeet. They don't have the job to be a helpmeet if you're too busy looking to give them some form of power. That's weird. And I don't know where the hell you would expect. What are you expecting to come out of a woman by her doing this? It doesn't make sense. And that's something that confuses me too. Of all the power you had, you sacrificed it just for the sake of attention. And you got a nerve to get mad at a woman just because she seeks attention whenever you're doing the same thing. So are you in your female tendencies? Are you having an outbreak of your estrogen speaking out instead of your testosterone? 'Cause that's what it looks like to me. And at least by the sheer definition of it. You have a lot to answer for. And excuse me if I'm lacking in staying on topic here because I'm looking at my dashboard and I don't see my video that's live or should be live. Either that or I'm just clicking the wrong thing. I'm not sure. What the hell is this? All right, now let's click this to see if I'm live. It shouldn't be private. It should be public. All of my videos should be public. I don't know what happened. Upload defaults. Let me see that. It says all of my upload defaults are public. Alright, so why is it that every time I stream, it goes straight to private? I'm confused on that. It's no wonder why I don't notice people that come to my, streams. That's strange. Like, I'm forced to have a certain something. No, set this channel as not made for kids. I never upload content that's made for kids. Google and YouTube really thinks they're slick. And I'm about to talk about that in a bit. I just got to stay with the topic that I'm talking about at hand and make sure that you guys understand our state of affairs right now. But yeah, these women have gotten their power because you guys gave it to them and you thought, oh, how comfortable it would be for a woman to step on my neck and give me orders as I'm willingly her subservient slave. First of all, what is a weaker vessel doing controlling another full-grown, powerful dude who has the 10 times size of this girl? He has the possibility of snapping at any given time, breaking her neck, but you want this girl to control you. I just wonder if anyone sees the weirdness in this. And if you don't, well, I think it's best that you see it now. Acid reflux is a bitch. I really hate it whenever it affects me. Viewing live control. Let me look at that. I think it's best that I view it in the live control. Welcome to the new... Bruh, how many times are you going to give me this welcome message? Alright, I think it's best that I view... Okay, cool. Yeah, it's showing that I'm live. And also, I can hear my audio, so it's cool. Your stream's current bitrate is up to 873.74 kilobytes. It's lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use a... good connection. So now my connection's good? Man, what the... Yo, shut up. That's where I hate YouTube. Jesus Christ. Look, you guys see, whoever sees this video in the future, you're going to see what the hell I've got to deal with messing around with YouTube. I don't do Twitch, and I get this type of issue. Like, I can't even hardly get to the damn live room to see if I'm live or not. I got to go through, like, 50 different things, and it's weird. Like, I don't even know how the other YouTubers could do it. This shit is strange. Maybe they just got accustomed to it. It's like Xbox and PlayStation. Right now I'm PlayStation, they're Xbox. Not sure. But anyway. Yeah, man. There's no point of you protesting whenever you gave the powers to the people that shouldn't have said power. And then you're looking to get something out of it, which was something that was temporary of a blessing. You sacrificed your permanent blessing for something temporary. Strange. I don't understand the point of this. And on top of that, you got on there to say that we need to fix our country. We need to fix our neighborhoods. What do you mean we? Aren't you the one that let things get this bad and then all of a sudden you're looking for other people to clean up your mess? I'm a little confused on that. I'm gonna need for you to elaborate on we needing to clean up the mess that you allowed to let happen. Because most of these people put on that they are good leaders and whatnot, some of which don't even acknowledge that they are leaders, but they are leading people to a certain aspect of becoming either better people or worse. Some folks are following you, or a lot of folks are following you. Then you have this nerve to say that these people would they would probably have themselves a better life if they didn't follow you as much. Well, there's something about you that is appealing. It's called influence. You influence somebody to mobilize themselves into a way where they end up doing something that is similar to or exactly what you do. Because what you're doing actually works. And they see it works, and what they're doing isn't working, so they decide, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and follow behind your footsteps, because mine aren't really being traced like that. Doesn't that sound familiar? It sounds like women of today. See, women are not made to lead. Their job is to follow in the footsteps of what they're looking at. These guys are purposely making these women worse just so they can later on down the line inject their horrible lifestyle on someone else. Despite how this girl has fucked up multiple different times in her life, you're still calling her your precious little princess or whatever the case. Instead of saying, you know what, hey, yo, pump the brakes. I think you should stop. Yeah, what you're doing is out of line. It's not what a woman should do. Be a lady. It's not what a man should do. Be a man. But I hear enough of those because these dudes, well, the roles have switched for a reason. They've had control over countries and kingdoms so long to where they just decided to just hand over their powers to someone else that I guess they've expected pussy to come from in return. All the while finding themselves powerless now since they sacrificed it. If you guys haven't noticed, this is like a never-ending loop, and it gets boring after a while. It's like you want to see something different, but nothing different even happens. It reminds me of if you're watching an episode of Naruto and that individual called Itachi puts you in a genjutsu called, I think, Izanagi, and you can't get out of it unless you realize what you've done was fucked up. That's what it looks like to me. And that's pretty symbolic. That's what a lot of people need to start watching, is that one particular episode of Naruto. But if you want to get into the storyline as to what the hell actually happened, it's best for you to read the manga all the way through, and also watch the anime in simultaneous fashion. The anime is beautiful art. Beautiful art. I just hate it at times whenever they get lazy in the studios, like, you know what, I don't give a fuck. Let's go ahead and put whatever we can out there on the airwaves, and hopefully whatever people like or look at, they can like it or not, and we don't care. Even that, we shouldn't put our faith into, because, well, there's some things that some folks will then just throw out the window and expect us to pick up. I really love Trump, but you guys are giving too much faith in one man instead of giving faith in yourselves by saying, you know what, I'm going to back this guy, or have the same mindset like this guy, and get our voices heard and speak out about things that are corrupt, that should not happen, but is happening right now within my government that I'm supposed to get my service coming from. You know, these dudes are, at the end of the day, they're actually civil servants. They're supposed to serve you, not the other way around. If they're not giving you service, There is no point to this conversation. Which is why there is a point to this conversation, because they're not. My bad, I'm over here distracted by something. Well, going back to the point of the matter, I would enjoy the best if people will then start to see the flaws in their ways and then start acknowledging that there are certain things that they should allow and should not allow. For example, the thing that I spoke of the most, which is a man sacrificing his power to a woman to get something in return, which isn't really much of anything. You want her to commit an act of sexual reproduction just because you don't get enough of it, or maybe you just attracted to it too much. You can't get over the fact that you could do this, and you want to do a lot more of it. You don't know when to stop. There's also something that explains the reason why there's a lot of dudes that's built the way they are. They built like string beans. They look like bean stalks. And I don't mean the bigger one from the freaking fairy tale. Their bodies ain't really that big. Or that big at all. They should not be built like a freaking USB cable by the arms. This dude looked like if he bend his elbow, he wouldn't even look like he have a ligament. I'm talking about a Laffy Taffy built dude. Why the hell are you built this way? Where is your workouts, my guy? At least do some fitness or something, but you don't. There should be no real reason for somebody that says how powerful they are, how great they are, how smart they are. Just like a lot of dudes would like to assume that they are. I don't really see proof of this, man. Especially whenever you take your power and you throw it away. So it's confusing. Then on top of that, the dude's like half of your size, and he got a nerve to threaten that he's going to do something to you. Only to find out he's either wearing a knife or a firearm, most of which he can't use either. Fuck around and stab himself or shoot himself. Don't know how to properly hold any weapons. That's what needs to be taken away from these effeminate mindset having dudes too. I'm all up for right to bear arms in there, but dudes with effeminate mindsets don't need bear arms. Don't need to bear arms. You need to get your arms taken away from you, bro. I love you and all, but you don't need a firearm, my guy. If anything, I'm more threatened whenever you put on a dress. But there's no telling what the hell you're thinking of as soon as you put that dress on. You might look at me as like some type of slab of meat and come over here and try to flirt. Then I might have to really put some damage to you. This is what these weird initiations that these dudes do in order to prove that a guy is under their control. It's something similar to freaking college hazing, where they put themselves in sororities and then In order for you to prove your initiation, you got to do something humiliating to yourself in order to get yourself in. Self-mutilation here and there. I don't know where the hell this shit comes from, but you guys think that this shit is natural, and this is what you're letting happen. All these dudes being turned out. But back in the days, we didn't hear a lot of shit coming from you guys. That goes to show how many of you dudes were hiding it. And by back in the days, it shouldn't be back in the days. It was like a freaking decade ago. Like a decade and a half ago. But roughly, I would like to say at least it was a decade. And all that freaking LGBT weird shit was not put out in the airwaves as someone that needs to be identified as a particular group of people who needs to be respected. Why the fuck would we respect some sexual deviant in the first place? Instead of letting yourself be known as the individual, you want to be known as a sexual deviant, and you're teaching that to children as if this is okay. Now, who do you think who got this power to let these sexual deviants get this power? The women gave them this power. Meanwhile, the guys gave the women the power they have. Women push their sexual deviancy onto their offspring as a form of bitterness against the father. As some form of get back from him leaving the home because she couldn't keep her mouth shut to listen to his instruction. And the guy was telling you was right. He was telling you things that would help you out. You just couldn't take it because the truth hurts. So you just got this guy that's upset. He just threw his arms up and left and said, fuck it. You know what? I'm tired of dealing with you. I'm going to let somebody else deal with you. Or I'm going to just let you be alone for the rest of your life while you're left with this child. I think women should be able to pay child support as well. You make a child that you raise to some form of monstrous species, I think you should pay. In fact, no, actually, I think you should pay 2 times. One, you should go to jail for raising this child to being some form of deviant the way he is right now, some beast. Child abuse of all that child's life, and they raised up to being the monster they are right now, you should go to jail. We should start taking this matter seriously. And the same thing that I see that women would like to say that men are, I guess, incriminating themselves by, saying that, you know, these guys are objectifying us as sexual tools. Well, they wouldn't do that if you wouldn't do that too. We're with this dude who generally has the idea that he is ambitious and wants to have something that contributes to his strength and his well-being. And him building a healthy business structure. Where would he get this idea of you? Because that sure as hell wouldn't come out of nowhere. That is, unless you didn't give him the idea like, this is how I present myself. This is who I am. This is what I represent. I don't want you to I don't want you to notice me as someone that is a lady. I want you to notice me as I'm a slut. And you don't want to know what that dude's going to treat you like? According to what you just put yourself out to be. But it goes to show that women don't take responsibility for the things they do. And I think I feel my acid reflux trying to act up again. Thought I felt the burp. It's a good thing that it didn't come out. Well, before I end this video, I'm going to say this or end with this. Stop these marches and protests and these raids, rioting and loots. There's no point to this. All you're doing is just being like, you guys look like a bunch of children that didn't get their way. You're begging a people that should be your servants to serve you in the way that you want them to serve instead of the way you serve yourself. Yeah. That's my time. My name is Sabie. Feel free to follow me on Twitch and also subscribe to me here. Like I said, if I get more subscribers here, I'll definitely make more videos here. But as of right now, things ain't moving. Yeah, I know it takes hard work. But then I got my other channel flagged down because I guess some people didn't like the words I had to speak. Meanwhile, you got pedophile fucking females twerking on children and whatnot. And live on video. But there's something wrong with the words that I speak. As if I'm powerful enough to use my words to get you killed or some shit. Haven't hurt not one single soul, but my last account ended up getting flagged.
What the fuck?
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
that's my time and I'm out of here.